You could be the key to helping change lives. Join a clinical trial with Nucleus Network in Minneapolis and be a part of groundbreaking research. Nucleus Network has been conducting clinical research studies for over 15 years. Right now, Nucleus Network is looking for people with moderate to severe kidney impairment to participate in their upcoming clinical studies. If eligible, your participation could help advance research of investigational medications that are being developed to treat a variety of medical conditions. Nucleus Network is offering compensation ranging from $2,000 to $7,000 for study participation time. If you or someone you know has kidney disease, check your eligibility for Nucleus Network's upcoming studies now at nucleusnetwork.com. Your participation matters. Learn more about Nucleus at nucleusnetwork.com. Again, nucleusnetwork.com.
Welcome to the Slouch Theory. Oh, Slouch Theory. Slouching. Slouching.
Well, good morning, America. Good morning, the world. Hello, listeners from Trinidad and Tobago, listeners from the United Kingdom, listeners from Scotland, listeners from Australia, listeners from Canada. Good morning to everybody. Got a couple listeners in Jamaica, all over the world. I even seen one in Bangladesh. Good morning to Bangladesh. I wonder what's going on in Bangladesh. How would it be living in Bangladesh? Yo, I gotta go home. Where you live in Bangladesh? I don't know. It would be different. It would be definitely certaintismally different. Let me clear my throat. Have mercy, baby. I hope you don't mind. Let me. Okay. For today's forecast, it's gonna be a high of 63 degrees, a low of 45, and also for today's stock market read, the market will open at 9:30, and Bitcoin did rally over the weekend, but then it went back down. Then it hit a little bit back up. Ethereum stayed pretty much steady over the weekend, it seemed. There were other small advancements in other cryptocurrencies, coins. I will not name all of them. The Dow and the S&P, they're doing relatively decent, I would say, during this fiscal period of the year. Given the time constraints, I won't be able to explain astrology. You ever start like a character and then you get stuck in that shit, and then it's like, how do I get out? I'm winging it. At this point, it's getting dangerous. I might say something that I don't mean to say. People say things they don't mean to say all the time. Because often, people aren't really thinking. And then sometimes you're thinking too fast. And the shit comes out. We're all humans, huh? Make a little mistakey aches. What if you call your mistakes mistakey aches? That way you won't get angry. You gotta find little ways to trick yourself into joy, huh? Yep, my daddy Jethro Jenkins always used to say that. It looks like I done fell upon the character once again. It has me in its grips. I might fuck around and talk like this for eternity. Is it that I'm a truly Southern man? Maybe I am. Maybe I was born in New York by accident, and I was supposed to be from Tennessee. Alright, none of this got anything to do with today's episode. Like, none of it. Everything I said had nothing to do with what you gonna hear. Everything. Everything. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Woo. Um, but what it is gonna be though, what it is gonna be, I'll go ahead and tell you what's gonna be. This is a part 2 of the fuck. I'm back in it again. God damn it. Alright, now this is part 2 of Electra Telesford and Andre D. Thompson on the slouch theory. Just going ahead and I'm not Andre D. Thompson. I'm his brother Bob. Alright. Bob Jethro Jenkins Dennis. For some reason, my brain wanted to say Dennis Mint. But, like, for why? For why? Alright, yo, I want y'all to stay safe. You know what I mean? You not mask up and shit. You probably hear somebody in the background yelling, "Uh-oh, it's time to go." Slouch theory.
She looked very simple. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean it in the mind. Like, I feel like her brain is a simple brain.
Probably, yeah. She seems like she's just along for the ride, you know?
Yes. He
Watch
be
this-
in the house saying all kind of bullshit. And she be like, "That's my cousin."
Yeah, exactly. I feel like someone's gonna like look into it and find out she's probably a doctor or something. Oh no, she's a author and businesswoman.
AKA bullshit. 2 things you can just make up if you have enough money.
Yeah.
Those are 2 things you can make up if you have enough money.
Self-published author.
You can just make that shit the fuck up if you have enough cash, which of course Dickweed Carson does.
Which like businesswoman isn't like, because I can say I'm a businesswoman. I'm just
Yes, you've
poorly.
made money with businesses before, and you're a woman.
You know,
You're a businesswoman. I'm a businessman. We business people.
we're business people.
Now what? The fuck is with the businesswoman? My ass. Yeah, that's my cousin. Slow ass motherfucker. She's slow as shit. I could tell she's just slow. I know that bitch slow. But he said, yeah, that somebody's supposed to be a fucking scientist essentially. And that's the thing, even when you talk about the vaccines, yo. And all the black people being like, I don't want to fucking take this fucking vaccine. It's like, you gotta be understanding of why black people don't kind of trust people in coats with needles and shit, man.
I mean, like, sort of, I'm like I got the vaccine, and I definitely agree that there is like hesitation, but I also think that like the other part of that is education, you know? So I feel like it's like really weird to be like, I'm not getting it, and then like not do any research whatsoever about as to come up with a substantive reason as to why you're not getting it, you know? History cannot be enough.
Educate me if you can, or if you would like to, about the vaccination, because I don't know absolutely anything about it.
From what
Tell
I
me
understand,
what you know.
the basics of what I know about it, it's like so most vaccines that we're familiar with use like a dead or weakened version of a virus. So like if your family's in the West Indies, so I'm sure like your parents have that like thing on their arm from being inoculated. So that's the way they used to do vaccines. But this one I think is different because they use the mRNA, which I think is essentially like a part of the virus, but not the virus itself. And then your body builds antibodies based off of that because it recognizes it. And then most people have some kind of efficacy after the first dose, but then you get the booster, which is what makes most people more sick because your body recognizes it, or the second dose, not the booster, the second dose. And then that's pretty much all I know.
You got both doses?
I got both doses back in February. Yeah.
Which one?
Moderna.
What was that like?
I was very excited to get it, if I'm being honest with you, the first dose. And then once I had the second dose, it was fine. Like, it was cool. The second dose got me a little bit like under the weather, but I haven't had any issues with it. I haven't gotten coronavirus as far as I know. So I feel pretty good about my choices.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I really don't. I just don't know nada. That's it. That's what I feel like. I feel like I don't know a damn thing.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people don't. It's just like an interesting thing that I wonder if it's America or just where we are as like a society at large. Like
Yeah.
so many people just don't know stuff, but then also like don't have any like don't like try to find out anything. But at the same time, sometimes a person will go and look to find more information and then manage to find the one place with a
That's
not
the wrong
reliable source.
information.
Like the amount of times I've had to hit up people, be like, "That's not true," and then like,
Yeah.
that's not true. That's
But like, people get mad at stuff like that. They be like, I heard like the idea that that's not appreciated. Like, people don't like that the person that will correct a thing, and it's like
I don't give a shit.
I prefer that because don't just have me out here just being wrong, yo. I'm gonna just be out here just wrong. You're gonna just let me be out here wild wrong, fucking my life up, just wrong.
And just like wrong, but also telling other people. Like I think that's my main issue is like all of us have our own mini platforms. And so you saying the wrong thing and believing the wrong thing and reading it and keeping it to yourself is one thing. You then posting it to 1,000 people. And then one of those people posted to 1,000 people. It keeps going until eventually none of us know how this wrong thing became.
Yeah.
Like just the other day, there was this people were saying, oh, the Pfizer vaccine is only effective for 6 months. And then it comes to find out when you research what it was, Pfizer vaccine is still effective after 6 months. Those are two very different messages. One message is like, well, why am I going to get the Pfizer vaccine? The other one's like, oh, good to know.
Yeah.
So
hold on. So are all the vaccines? I think the idea of a vaccine is that once you do it, it's done. It sounds like you got to do it every year.
They don't know. I don't think they know yet if it's going to be a vaccine like the flu vaccine, which is seasonal or I think like yearly, or if it's going to be something like a tetanus vaccine or tetanus shot where you have to go get a booster. They're not sure yet. So they're not really going to know. And so they're going to continue doing the trials and probably monitoring the first group of people that got the shot and seeing what the efficacy is after that.
I don't even know what a booster is. What is a booster?
A booster shot is like it's like a follow-up to make sure that you've got
sound like the way you talking. I'm looking at you with like a fucking clipboard in your hand and shit.
Nah, man.
You sound like
Well, like a booster shot. I feel like we all know what booster shots are.
Hey, you said it's efficacy twice.
Yeah, that word is hard. And that word, I don't really understand what it means, if I'm being real honest. Like,
yes, you do.
Efficacy, like, because some people will say, like say it's 95% effective. People will say, like, okay, out of 100 people, 9.5 people will get the coronavirus, but that's not what it means. It means something because there's like other factors that are included for your likelihood of getting it. So it's a whole, that's like epidemiology, which is a very, 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 very difficult field that I don't know anything about.
What? It's not, it sounds like you did a good amount of research on it.
I did do a lot of research though.
Yeah, so it's not, so when you say you don't know anything about it, it means you know a good amount.
I know like a layperson's good amount.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. I know for a fact you know more than I do about that whole entire subject. Goddamn right you do. I can hear it. I know you do. So, with that being said, all right, epidemiology, and your factors of coming in contact with it in the fucking virus efficacy rate. Which one do you feel like explaining to me first?
Huh?
Which one do you feel like explaining to me first?
I did the best I could. I don't know.
Oh, that's the whole thing? I thought you had more.
You wanted me to explain more what? I'm sorry, what efficacy?
So the weight, the rates. No, you said one is how a person can get it. Like what factors?
So I think like your age is a factor. I think the strain is a factor for its efficacy. There's a bunch of different factors that determine how they determine what the efficacy rate is. But what I do know is that it's better than that thing that most of us think, which is like out of 100 people, 9 people will get. Or if it's Johnson & Johnson out of
70 something,
100 people, 44 people will get that. It's not that.
Okay, so
No,
there's
it's
Johnson
not.
Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna.
And then there's like in Europe, I think they're doing like AstraZeneca and I think maybe some other ones.
This is some wild shit. This is some wild shit. Wow. The 2020, 2021 has just been fucking a lot. I feel like I need multiple seat belts in the way I would say if I was to describe how it feels like going through this experience in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I need to be in a seat with like that's like a reinforced seat with mad seat belts and fucking like a roller coaster seat. Is
I
what
was
I feel
thinking
like
one
I
of those
need.
spinning ones.
A spinning seat.
You ever been in like it's more of a fair, like a county fair kind of thing, but it's
Oh
like,
hell yeah, like that carousel type of move.
or like it's like like the force of it is so strong that you just get strapped into you're supposed to hold on to these rails, and it's almost like a tube, and everyone's in the tube, and then it starts spinning and spinning and spinning. But I think actually they put seatbelts in it now because people were getting flung.
Exactly. So it feels like I'm in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you remember the scene with Captain America holding on to the fucking helicopter and he's holding on to like, all right, my bad. So
My bad, bro.
woo, okay, my fault. But essentially I'm straining to hold on. Right? But I'm like, I'm getting more seatbelts. The seatbelts are coming. I see them. The security is there.
So in this
But it's
case,
just
what are your seatbelts? Like it's not one of
just
them is
like,
not the vaccine.
oh, because all right, I wasn't exactly completely 100% referencing just the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about the entire experience overall of what it was going from 2019 into the 20s
Mm-hmm.
has been on some hold on, fasten your fucking seat belt, you're in for a ride. It's been like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's been life for like the last 2 years. Since like 2019. I feel like my life has just been on that wave.
Yo, I would say maybe like summer of 2019 was like I'm just use like the roller coaster, that clicking up was the summer of 2019, was the clicking
Mm-hmm.
up. And then like shit started to get, the click up got really, really high. And then now it's just like it's not even like a going down thing. It just feel like it's just fucking clicking up faster.
Yeah, it does feel like that. It feels like almost like in some ways like the coronavirus shit was crazy and it definitely was speeding up because of that. But then your daily life really slowed down. But then now like things are kind of ticking back up and you're just trying to like get your footing.
Yeah, I feel like the daily life slowed down, but the day in my mind was able to speed up. Like it was like I was home, so I had time to look shit up, watch certain things, have conversations that I wasn't gonna have because I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the time, and all of these different, seeing different perspectives, yada yada yada, hitting the fucking search button a bunch. You know what I mean? Going to bookstores, forcing myself to read things that I would not have read, like looking at just all of that type of shit over and over happened, like concentrated
Mm-hmm.
in 2020, 2021. And it wasn't really like that before because, we had no time to.
I hear that. No, I think that's pretty accurate for me and a lot of people.
So yeah, it feel like the shit is clicking up, but like it's just the click ups is just getting quicker and quicker and quicker. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the fucking other side of the coaster like I feel like the coaster didn't begin yet.
Do you want to?
No, I'm not rushing at all. I'm not in no type of rush. Uh-uh. Not even the slightest. Not even in the slightest. I'm in no fucking rush whatsoever. I want to take my time. Take my time. Because I feel like I was in a rush before.
There was that feeling. There was that feeling for me as well.
Right? I feel like I was in a rush before. Like when you seen is it Lovecraft?
Lovecraft Country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember I think there was a scene where they're like crossing something, but the floor has to appear as they're crossing, right? Is that a thing?
They were like climbing, they were like walking across some kind of ladder or something. And there was like booby trapped or something like that.
All right. Okay. Maybe all right. But
I think what you're saying is correct. And they had to get across it because it was starting to fall apart or something like that.
Okay, that's a different thing now. So I mixed it up with something else. But think about this then.
I could be wrong.
Have you ever seen the scene of somebody running across something, but the floor that they're running across has to appear as they're running across it?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that's how it feels right now. And it felt like before I was running fast, but like I was unsure if the floor was gonna show up and shit.
Yeah.
I was like jumping sometimes and doing mad scary bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like as I'm getting older and time is passing, I feel like I'm a little more sure that the floor is gonna be there so I'm like slowing down my steps. I'm not running as fast anymore. That makes sense.
You're in pace with the floor.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like I'm kind of syncing up.
Yeah, you guys know you're right. Yes,
that's a fit. Yeah, all right.
That's good. I don't know if I feel that way for myself, but I definitely feel that for you. That's good.
What would you say, like, for you then?
I think I'm like kind of like in this space where like I'm running, and then I'm like so excited that the floor met me. Like every time
Okay.
I'm a little bit.
I still feel that though. I still feel that. I feel that way right now.
Yeah. So I'm like, wow, you showed up for me, floor, and I'm believing more and more that like the floor will show up.
Yeah.
I just have to run. If I run, it's more so discovering that like when I run, the floor shows up more than like, which is like a bit of a perspective shift than like, oh, will the floor show up, you know?
It's almost like this maybe where before I'm running and now the floor is there.
Yes.
Like it's not me. The floor is there. I'm not falling for other reasons that I don't even understand yet.
Mm-hmm.
Type of shit.
And if you fall, it's not because the floor wasn't there. It's because you slipped.
Because I did some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was perfect, yo.
Yeah.
That was fucking perfect. If I fall, if I trip, if I roll my fucking ankle, any of that, it's because I did some bullshit, yo, for real. You're right. That was perfect. That closed that fucking. I'm gonna remember that, yo. That's in my brain with the fucking enclave. That is locked in there now. That's in there. If you fucking fall, it's because you was doing fuck shit. You was doing bullshit, man. If you trip, scrape your knee,
but you can still get up.
You can like, because that's the shit you see in the cartoon when they bust their ass, they fall off of it, they grab the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They fucking and pull their dumb ass back up.
I had a dream like that actually. I was trying to describe it to my boyfriend. I was like, I had a dream that for some reason everyone in the city was doing parkour, and like I was also forced and I was terrified to do it. But then every time I would fall, like my body would stop midair, and then I just like find like almost like a
correct yourself.
Super Smash, but not, the one where they're fighting each other. It's like a Nintendo game.
Oh shit! Yes, so you can walk. You're like you can walk sideways. Like your relation to gravity is different.
Yeah, or like when they play that, I think I can't remember the name of the game, but it's like it's a Super Nintendo or like GameCube game.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros.
So like that one, when like you get kicked off the island and then you like freeze and you're back with like new life, like that kept happening in my dream for some
Oh
reason.
shit,
Yeah,
that's dope as fuck.
yeah, it was a pretty weird dream.
See, and that I feel like I know there's like if I had there's somebody out there that if you were to tell that to, they can tell you mad shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it's like, why did you have that dream?
I know parkour, like where everyone in the city, like old women, like
Like
everyone doing
that's
parkour.
crazy.
And then but then there was one part where like you had to jump from one ledge to another, and I didn't think I was gonna make it, and I just woke up because I was just crying on this ledge, and everybody was behind me. And I was so scared. I was like, no, I'm not gonna make it.
Oh shit.
It was intense.
That makes you think of a dream interpretation.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sure there's a podcast for that, like a dream, somebody who like breaks down dreams.
Some dream scientist person.
Yeah, like
Because
probably
that's they said you spend more half our lives sleeping. Is it something crazy like that?
I mean, there's 24 hours in a day. I don't think most of us
All
sleep
right,
12
not
hours.
half. All right, you're right. But some big ass number though is
We
what I
spend
heard.
a considerable amount. Like even if you sleep like 6 to 9 hours a day, that's still like a large chunk of your day. At least
Right? So then you have that, and then you have what your consciousness, your subconscious, the dream world, and all of that. So that could be like a whole nother thing that your brain is getting into that we just not like we not aware of, or yeah, maybe not aware of to use or pull from in our what the fuck ever we call this shit, this current state we in.
reality, existence.
That
Which one?
I thought both of those were supposed to be the same thing.
Okay, yeah, they are our existence, our reality. Yeah.
So I feel like dreams, because in the time we spend sleeping, it's like a whole nother. It could be a separate world. Can it? You could.
100%. Our dream world.
Could we like train ourselves to like check
Just
into another place like that?
I think you can do some kind of dream training. Personally, I think that's probably, I don't know, I've never looked into it. So, but I feel like it's probably possible to, because isn't that like we daydream? So if you daydream and then fall asleep, maybe your dream will continue.
Yo, you remember your daydreams from high school and shit?
Yeah, they were, yeah.
You want to share one? I got one.
Yeah, definitely share yours.
All right. This will always pop into my head. This is mad corny. It's mad corny. I'll be in class, right? This is the dream though. I'm in class. I'm in school. I'm in class, and there was two versions of it. Sometimes it was either or, and this was a constant daydream that I could say. Possibly every fucking daydream I've had in school was this one, where it was some type of funny person either coming to the classroom door and like opening the classroom door, or coming like being on like a helicopter fucking ladder by the window, and the window be open and it'd be like, this is so fucking corny. I'm gonna get roasted. I want to make fun of myself. Fuck. It'll be like Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock or some stupid shit that will come to the classroom or be on the fucking helicopter ladder and be like, yo, it's time for Dre to fucking let's go, nigga. And then I'll like be woken up out of my daydream.
That is so incredibly wholesome. That's so wholesome for you to be. That's amazing. That's so you wanted to be a comedian in high school.
The first time I had the idea, I was in like 6th grade.
Wow.
That's like mad early.
Yeah.
I bought this Bruce book with the Scholastic School Money. Yeah. And I was fucking, I had downloaded, he had an album, he had his comedy album in the book. And I downloaded.
How was that, Bruce?
Bruce?
How was that even at your school Book fair.
That's, you see what I'm saying? Yo, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of shit. How I can't be an atheist because that's a waste of my time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, why was that there? And it's not like Bruce was never on no children's book shit. The book was Bruce book. It sound like Bruce. It has his joke. It had his jokes in that motherfucker.
What grade were you in?
6th grade.
Yeah, it's intense.
So the Bruce book is there. It's the only fucking book in there. I got it. And then it had his comedy album in the back. And then I burned the comedy album onto a SanDisk MP3 player, the 512 megabyte joints. And I would listen to that shit every day.
Wow. Yeah.
That was the first time I had the idea. I was like, all right.
When did you actually start?
I started at 18.
Okay, wow. How old are you now?
I came home and told my family about the idea, and they was just like, shut up, nigga. You fucking what?
Wait, how long have you been doing it now?
This year, October is gonna make it 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this year October will make it 10.
That's so
I never thought, like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's a long time to be doing stand-up. I mean, like
doing anything. That's wild fucking
doing anything, but I think especially stand-up. That's like so many people to see come and go. Like I've only been doing it. It'll be 3 years in November. No, August of 2021. I feel
like I knew you for way longer than that.
It feels because I've been like, I think I hit the ground really hard. I think that's like kind of, you know, but but I feel like you must have seen.
Damn, we lost your girl. You froze. When you're coming back, 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 when you're coming back.
In 10 years, you must have seen so many people come. Hope you're not talking because you're frozen.
I see you was frozen too. So I was over here singing some bullshit song.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that yeah, you must have seen a lot of people come and go in 10 years.
Yeah, I did see people come and go. Yeah. That is true. And you know what? I kind of don't think about the goers too much. Cause like, and I think I got that from Nico, yo. Nico White. If somebody tell Nico I quit or I don't want to do comedy, that nigga would be like, all right, the fuck you talking to me? He's like, I get it, because he's on some shit where it's like, I know my road, this is my path, I chosen it, and you just told me you are not down for this type of lifestyle. So what are we doing fucking around, wasting each other time?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I agree with you 100%. Like it's
should agree with Nico. That's why I heard that nigga was like that. He was just like, man, if these niggas tell me they quit, the fuck we talking for?
Well, I don't think we should be talking any, like this is like comedy. I think it is a lifestyle. Like comedy is a fucking lifestyle. And so if you're not with this lifestyle, then you know, it doesn't behoove me to be like, oh no, stay, don't. The craft needs you. Like, craft doesn't need anybody. It doesn't need any one of us.
Shout out to Derek Gaines for this one, because that's another person that had like that just like had some shit they were saying and that like stuck in my head. I don't know if I was around him when he said it or if I heard him say it on a podcast, but I think it was on a podcast where he was talking to Mia Jackson, where he was like, she was talking about her becoming a full-time comic, and he was talking about like his experience doing the same, and was like once it's like a fucking transition of like way of living, like your hours change, your days of the week, it means different to you, like it just and it was weird because it was around the same time I was going through that transition. I just got fired and shit. But then months later, I got like an opportunity to do some comedy shit. And like, there was like a little transition happening where I was like, it was really on some Tuesdays. It is you don't know what the fuck a Tuesday could be. Whereas to before, you kind of understand and have a layout of what the possibilities of a Tuesday can hold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And your hours of time is different, where it's like, yes, I'm gonna get home at 4 a.m. Wow, I'm early. Like, or it's just like, the time shit is weird now.
No, it's super. Well, I get to do a bit of both in a way because, like I said, I have like my teaching job, and I'm going to be at that until I can make a beautiful transition, like you described.
Getting
But
fired was a beautiful transition.
beautiful transition
fucking
that you
fired.
described. But no, like, and it's funny because like during summer vacation, like we get off from July till September, and then during like Christmas breaks and holiday breaks, like I definitely feel my life kind of slip, like in this, you know, where it, but then it's still productive and everything, and I definitely have an appreciation for both ways of living.
No, absolutely. It's no, because like I remember as this transition was happening and I'm seeing it, I'm in it more and more. I'm like getting, I guess, is it emerged? No, that's wrong. Submerged.
Immersed.
Immersed. Yeah, I'm getting immersed in it, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'm all in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would be coming home at 4:30 a.m., 5 a.m. sometimes
Mm-hmm.
on my way home.
What are you doing at 5 a.m.? That's late even for me. I feel like the latest I've
It'd
come
be
home from
these
comedy.
comedy nights. It'd be comedy nights. I'd be out doing comedy shit.
What's the latest comedy show you've done?
The latest I've been on stage was 2 a.m., like 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., some type
Okay.
shit. Yeah, so it'd be like comedy nights. And I'm coming home a couple times, and at these times you see all of the construction people at work. And I used to do these like cross country moving jobs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking moving furniture from Georgia to Colorado and from New York to Pittsburgh and California, just lifting furniture and driving trucks, sleeping on the cot. And I like when I be driving past the dudes at the construction site, I be like, that's that's work. That's like neat. That's like work.
Mm-hmm.
That's and it's like I like fuck. I be in my car going like respect, son, like admir, because that's like not fucking easy.
Yeah, I don't think all work is created equally. You
What do you
know?
mean?
Like I think that like I teach, which is considered like a relatively difficult profession depending on the environment. I think the environment I work in, people would consider to be challenging. But there are jobs that are way harder than my job, you know. And when I compare, like comedy is definitely really challenging, but I think it's like the thing about comedy is like you actively choose to be a comedian because the beginning of it is so tough, or like until you know, it's like it's just always a hard job. But like I think especially when you're starting out, like the only thing motivating you is you know, because no one's like making loads of money at the very beginning of their career or even like wherever they are, you know. So it's like,
This is other motivations that's outside of
you know
money.
what I mean? So, but
Definitely.
we have other motivations. So I think it's like a different, even though it's really challenging, it's like a different, you actively choose to do it. And so versus like
I
being
kind of
a
felt
construction
driven to
worker. Yeah, you feel like
be
it's like,
honest. I really did feel driven towards doing comedy, like
yeah,
pulled towards it.
yeah, no, me too, same. And it's like, and even
Yeah.
the work, or even when it's really hard, like,
Outside of choosing too. Like I mean, on some animation type shit, like something is being like, you gonna fucking tell these jokes, nigga.
no, I feel exactly what you're saying, but but I feel like more like the reason I guess I'm using the word choose is because like beyond the things that usually, because it's still work, and beyond the stuff that usually motivates, like the things that usually motivate people to go to work are not necessarily there when you first started doing stand up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like that's why I use that word choice, but it's still, it's like something about it that intrinsically keeps you motivated versus like another job, you know, like you're just motivated to do this thing even when you bomb, or when something or you're like waiting an hour and a half or 2 hours to go up at a mic for 3 minutes, like something's motivating you to do
Yeah.
that, you know.
Like I feel like for me, like there was a definite push, there was a pull, there was something other than me making me do it. It was like I like something not seen type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And even like, the bombs, I would think about those things like fucking like I would think about them shits. Like like the word think, like take the word think and put it in New Times Roman font and make it 24 and put a
Mhm.
fucking period and then frame it at 24 by 24 inches and
Mhm.
put it on the wall in white.
So you were thinking about them like at shows or like
What
during your
the
day?
second I felt the bomb happen, it would like it was the thought, it was like this, it would like permeate my fucking brain until I felt like it was solved. It would just fucking, it was alive in my head. Like I would have school, I'd have to go to work, and I'd wake up at 5 a.m. on some, oh my God, just sitting up in the dark type shit.
As a result of a bomb or thinking about bombing in the future?
As a result of one,
Okay.
like stirring over it.
Do you still do that now?
I don't take bombs hard like that now because I feel like I understand what they are in the context of what I'm trying to do. I feel like before I didn't I just didn't understand, you know, playing a game with limited information type of shit. You
Yeah,
know,
no.
you playing a video game and it's a tough, you know, it's a tough video game, but you just want to play so bad and you didn't check the manual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the type of video games that come with a fucking instruction book, a guidebook.
Yeah, like Rocket League or something.
Them type of shit. They come with a fucking guidebook because of how much can go into it, how complex it can be. And I was just playing the game without ever looking at the book, just button smashing.
But now you do differently. Now you
I'll
understand.
be looking at the book a little bit.
I'll look at it a little bit. I'll give it a gander.
I'll be giving a little ganders now and again.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. Bombing is definitely something that is it doesn't it's never kept me up at night, but it is something that's, I feel like it prevents me from taking the risks that I want to do on stage because I'm afraid of bombing. So I'm trying to like think about it now because the risks, everyone takes risks differently, right? And so I'm trying to think of like what works for me, like what is something that I'm willing to do, even if it's going to take me longer, because like I'm so new at it that I feel like my like the defeats are really defeated, you know, like it's not, I haven't figured out like the roll with the punches thing yet.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, the bomb makes me a little anxious, but I know,
yeah,
I know it's a
that's
huge
how
part
it
of it.
was.
Yeah.
That's how it was. And like, I would say if I'm looking at myself now versus maybe my year 2 or my year 3, like I didn't know, it would be like, why did I bomb? I didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like I couldn't place it. Whereas to now, even as like sometimes I can preemptively stop a bomb where I'm on stage, I'm talking, and I see where my words are going to lead me in my mind as I'm saying some other words, and I go, nigga, don't go this way.
Yeah.
And then I'll stop myself from that direction because I could say, that's not what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And then I gotta like go in the opposite move. And so like now I'm just like, if I bomb, like one of the bombs that I had to pull over on the side of the road for this one. I was driving home from Connecticut, from comics Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and I bombed the semifinals. And this one hurt because I knew I shouldn't have. I knew the ways I wouldn't have. It was all laid out, and I pretty much, if it was like a movie scene, like some military shit, it was like a guaranteed win for the country. And the way I lost it was the other country just sent in something so simple, just the simplest trick. You know what I'm saying?
Like blanket with smallpox on it.
Yeah, like that's the trick I fell for.
That was it.
That's what got me out my pocket. Not somebody coming with the big ratchet or nothing. The most simplest shit got me out of my skin. and I bombed because of that. Like I wasn't myself. I wasn't thinking like myself. I was thinking like other people.
Yeah, no, that's real. And it's so
I had
funny
other people thoughts in my head.
to think about, like, because sometimes like I think people underestimate the power of experience and like number of years, because I think like a lot of comics that come in and like, yeah, you're funny, but there's so many other skill sets that happen just from the practice and the stage time that you get. Like yesterday, I had bombed at this open mic, so I wasn't feeling great, but it was like a super racist open mic, so I was feeling okay about it. But
probably didn't even bomb then.
yeah, well, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you go to these
just
racist mics. Yeah, but when I was this show yesterday, I had this first thing that's never happened to me before, where like there was like they laughed, and like during the laugh, I was actually able to think to myself and then do something different than I was originally gonna do in my set list, because I was able to like react to what they had just reacted to.
Nice.
And I think things like that have never happened, because oftentimes like when I listen back to my tape, I'll be like, oh, this sound like I could hear the energy go off, or I could hear where it started to feel like you're just like like saying things that you normally say and you're not really like in the moment with them. But I say that like that's what happens over the course of time, and like, you know, that's why I respect people who do things for 10 years.
Oh shit, no, that's true. It's true. I look at it like, you ever seen the anime Bleach?
No.
Damn,
You've caught all the things I don't know.
I've seen this anime and thought about this shit so many times that I could probably tell anybody the entire Bleach thing. And I don't even know. Whatever. I'm still gonna say it. I love this damn show so much. But Bleach is this anime where the premise for it is like spiritually based anime.
Okay.
So you know, there are humans who are alive. They're aware. Certain humans are aware of the spirits, and they're able to speak to the dead, because the dead transition from the physical body to spiritual body only, type of thing. All in the anime, and how there's like, it expresses the evils and the levels of wrongdoings and the like the consequences, and how like a person can do wrong in their life, but the levels of their wrong determines the ability to save a soul or not. All kind of shit like that. It's so crazy that they put these things as children's show. You know, it's a child show, but then it's like, no, the fuck it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like a lot of stuff going on in the damn show, right? And there's a concept in it, because you know, like pretty animation is, it just brings a visual representation to stories and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like the whole Goku thing, turning fucking bronze, like the nigga will power up and you could see the power up. You remember that, right?
No.
You never seen Dragon Ball Z?
The only thing I've seen is Sailor Moon. I used to come home and like rush home from elementary school to watch Sailor Moon at 3 p.m. Then I found out that Sailor Moon in Japan is very different, because her boyfriend is actually a girl and she's a lesbian. Apparently, is something I learned, which is cool. But that's pretty much the only anime I watched. I watched my boyfriend watched he put me onto something called like One Punch Man. One Punch Man, yeah. And then Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto. Yeah,
those are my students. They put me onto that one, so I watched a couple episodes. So I realized it's like 30 seasons, and I was like, I can't catch up. I don't need to be that cool teacher.
I get that. Definitely, it's a task for some of these things, but there's ways. You mad fucking smart. You don't even need to watch all the episodes. You can literally jump around and piece the entire show together yourself. You know, I know you fucking do that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's for children, so I'm sure I can.
So you can watch episode 1 and then go to season 2 and then go to fucking season 6 and be like, all right, I seen the entire show.
I just watched Breaking Bad, so I'll probably get to anime when I'm in like a nursing home. Like by the time like I'm ready to watch something what's something that's 45 seasons. I've got the time.
All right, but the Bleach thing has a visual, that word is fucking me up today. Visual representation of like what a spirit can look like somebody's spiritual ability, right? And like, so you've heard the terms like a person who's strong spirited and weak spirited. the show kind of explores that whole thing where it's like you can see that now. There's representation.
Mhm.
That's the only thing really missing in our realities, where that's one of the reasons why men and women have these struggles where it's like with respect, where it's like a dude who's 6'6" and shit like that, or even smaller, but just because he's a dude and he's aware of my man strength in relation to a woman's strength, in it they'd be like, all right, so I'm the strongest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was a way to visually see, like, to represent what a person is, like, spirit wise, it would change shit, because you can see, all right, bro, yeah, you can deadlift 300, but if
I don't
life,
see your inner strength.
but legitimately, like, nigga, you will crumble under a couple minutes of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
A couple minutes of actual life pressure, you will crumble. But shorty, she good.
Mm-hmm.
She roll with the punches, keep paying her bills, and go about her fucking day. But you, my nigga, you gonna start punching walls, ripping shit up, and then blow a blood vessel, end up in a box.
Mm-hmm.
So that type of shit, if there was a way to legitimately understand it, it would change a lot of things. Because humans, the small minds, have to see it in order for it to be there.
I think it's legit, yeah.
And in the show, the animation, expresses that, blows it up, exaggerates. They have things where some people's spirit, there's like a sword you grab, and it's a plain sword, and when you grab it, it will change shape and power structure and all of that based on the person who grabs it. So when you grab the sword, it could be a complete different expression and sword look from when I grab the same sword.
Oh.
So like they have there's like a place where all of the swords are there and they all look like regular ass swords until the person grabs it, and then it shows, the sword will visually show what the spirit the person has is. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
All right, so yeah, so like there's a character in there, I forgot the girl's name. She like helps the main character, and really tiny woman, and she's the sister of all these OG gangster killers, samurai people.
Mm-hmm.
And when she grabs a sword, fucking mad shit happen. Right? And it's like there's certain dudes in there who grab the sword and the shit is wood. They can't, nothing happens. They have to play, they gotta practice with a piece of wood first.
They suck.
But if they imagine the world, if that was there, it makes a big fucking difference.
The world, 100%, right? Like where people had to, like, if you could manifest your inner strength and that was something that could be like showcased to people, then yeah, we would totally live in a different society.
Madness.
I agree.
And then it will help understandings. It will help people. I would have been this level of whatever the fuck I am brain wise when I was 20, whatever the shits.
Mm-hmm.
It would have saved me some time with stupid.
Well, you caught up now.
I'm not on the. Am I? I feel like I got mad catching up to do, yo.
We all do. None of us
got mad catching up to do.
None of us are fully. That's what our life is about.
Catching up.
Mm-hmm. Catching up to what we want to be.
Yeah. To the ideals, if you have any. And
if you
don't, you better go get some.
Yeah, and we have the ability to set our own ideals.
And make sure they're good ones too. Check in. Don't be having no weird fucking ideals.
Step in.
For real. People need to check in. It's not just you, motherfucker. You don't know everything. All right, Electra. Did I weird you out? Nah.
No.
Great. Because I weirded myself out a little bit. A couple times I was like, what the fuck? All right, dude.
It got meta. It got everywhere.
I don't know. I need to eat and drink water. You talk too much when you're thirsty.
It's true.
It is.
No.
I feel like it is though. I feel like if we both agree, this can become a fact.
All right. Well, I will not be the voice of dissent. So yeah, I agree.
Ah, shit, that's the homie. Anything you would like to promote? Anything like that? Anything you want to tell the people about to know that?
You can follow me on Instagram. It's underscore Electra underscore Telly Telly, and I have a comedy show. When is this coming out?
Today
Eventually.
is so Monday will be the 10th. No,
Carry the
no,
one.
Friday is the 9th, and then the Monday. So this would be out next Friday.
Okay. So I have a monthly show called Electra Company. Andre's going to be on the next one, April 29th. And I have a show at the stand called Two Bearded Ladies in Oriaya. That's May 16th. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, shit, y'all.
Oh, and the podcast called Two Bearded Ladies will be out in the end of the month.
Hell yeah. Fuck with her. That's the homie right there. All right. I think we did stuff. I think we talked a lot. A mad words was said. Right? A lot of shit was happening.
We talked it out.
Appreciate y'all. Andre D. Thompson, Slouch Theory, rate, subscribe, all that. You know what I mean?
Shut the heck